I'll now erase this. Once again, how many opportunities for silly mistakes are there here?
A lot.
A billion. More like 12 or so, but still. Almost every operation in here, there's real potential to mess it up.
What comes after a trillion?
A trillion? I'm not sure. Numbers bigger than I'll ever have in my bank account. Okay, today is March 2nd, 2010. And we are learning what's called synthetic division. Just the way you kind of blurted it out at this time. Okay, I did turn up the heat already. I think I don't know what's going on. Okay, synthetic division. Synthetic division is a faster, easier way to do polynomial long division. Some of you may already be thinking, oh my god, then why did we learn the longer, harder way? Here's why. It doesn't always work. And it is tricky. Okay? Synthetic division has two conditions to it. Okay? One, it only works if you are dividing by a first degree binomial. What does first degree mean? Which is 1? Biggest exponent is 1, correct? And what does binomial mean?
More than one term. Oh no, only 2 terms.
Exactly 2 terms. Yasmin is on fire with this today. So it only works if it's a first degree binomial. Okay? I'm going to say, for example, x minus n, where n is some number. 2, you switch the sign of the number. You switch the sign of the number. These are the 2 rules for synthetic division. 1, it only works if you are dividing by a first degree binomial, x minus something. 2, you switch the sign of the number. And oh, that first degree binomial, here's the other part. We'll start here. It has to be 1x. So if you're dividing by 5x minus 12, you can't do it. If you're dividing by x cubed minus x squared plus x minus 57, you can't do this trick. But if you happen to be dividing by x plus or minus a number, and it's 1x and you switch the sign, this will work, and it's a shortcut. Okay? Do an example from the book so I'll know my numbers right. Okay, here's what you're going to do. Which example? I don't want to leave that up for a minute, so can you follow me over here? I love it when they don't change the bells. Alright. We're going to divide x cubed plus 2x squared minus 6x minus 9 by x minus 2. Okay, this is the Bob the Builder portion of our lesson. Real quick, 1 sec. We're dividing by x minus 2. Is the leading coefficient 1? Is it just, is the highest exponent 1? Okay, can we do it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. That's the Bob the Builder portion of our lesson. Okay, Amanda, you had a question.
Yeah. Okay. So it has to be like
1x plus or minus any number that you're dividing by.
so
Run.
You could have used it on a lot of your homework last night, I think.
yeah, but if you're dividing by like it has to be 1, right?
Yeah. So if you're dividing by 5x minus 2, got to do it the long way.
So then you said like a couple minutes ago that when you don't have something, like when you don't have the x to the third or x squared, that you have to like plus.
Put in a 0, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you do that if it has to be like 1?
Well, this one, it wouldn't come up in what you're dividing by here. Unless you're dividing by x, and that's something totally different I'll show you later. It wouldn't come up here. It's always going to be x plus or minus a number. Here you have to fill in with zeros, but here's what you do. You don't draw a division sign, you draw this right angle thing. It's a whole new math symbol for you. And you make it long enough so that you can make a row out of these coefficients. Okay? And the coefficients are 1, 2, -6, -9. And the coefficients have to go down by 1 degree. So for example, if we... Well, I mean, it's got to go from cubed to squared to first to no x. So if we were missing 2x squared, I'd have to put a 0 here. Just like with the other division. Okay?
0 x squared.
That's what it would represent, but all I put here is a 0 because you just put the coefficients here.
So you don't put the degrees.
No, you leave those out. The whole point of this is it's a shortcut.
Is it possible that this was used in Algebra 1?
Teacher would have been able to skip a little. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think
Maybe. Okay, now it's divided by x minus 2. My second condition of using synthetic division is you switch the sign of the number in what you're dividing by. Okay, so Nimi, what you do here is, instead of -2, you put a +2 out here. Alright? And here's how this works. If you practice this, get fast at it, it will really help you on this test. X doesn't get written there. All you do is this number. That's part of why it only works with like x plus or minus a number, because you ignore the x and just bring the number down. Here's what you do. If you're really good at your times tables, you're going to love this. If you're not, God help you. Okay, you bring down the first coefficient.
Why did you bring the x?
You don't. The whole point is this is a shortcut. It's faster. So you bring down the first number, okay? And then you multiply the first coefficient by this number out here. What is 2 times 1? 2. Now you write that here. You multiply the 2 times the 1, write the result here. Add these together, what do you get?
4.
Okay?
So
Multiply
if
the
you
2 times the 4, wait till you see it once, and what do you get?
8.
Write that here. What is -6 plus 8?
48.
What is -6 plus 8?
Oh,
Two.
plus 2.
2,
Wait, you
okay.
add these?
What's 2 times 2?
4.
4.
What's -9 plus 4? -5.
That was easy.
Well, yeah, now let's see if we can interpret our results.
Oh,
Is that the hard part?
I don't know. Well, if you see it, some people from their notes from yesterday may remember C. Amanda, what are you thinking?
Okay, so then you take 1, and that's the x to the third.
So close. When you divide something x to the third by something x, what do you think you might get instead of x to the third? Squared. It actually drops it down a degree.
Oh, okay, so it's 1x squared.
And then what do you think this will be?
4x
4x, right?
plus 2.
And what do you think the -5 will be?
Oh, the remainder.
The remainder. And the remainder is -5. Okay, so if you're good at your...
I have a question.
Yes?
I was paying attention